This is FC Extra Time, brought to you by Globan. Hello and welcome into the FC studio. Craig's with us, as is Ali, Shaka as well. Shaka looking quite stern. Mario smiling, despite the fact, of course, the Dutch out.
They knew they were going out anyway.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, no, man, I didn't know that, Greg. Come on, I didn't know that. I was hoping for the miracle, Greg.
Oh, man.
Shaq's looking a bit stern because he was made to go to a game.
Shaq looks like he lost his luggage and had to borrow a jumper from somewhere. I don't know where that's come from.
That's a nice jumper. We're on a bowl.
I have my
Jules took his polo.
Aren't you in the middle of the desert, Jack?
long sleeves. I would always for the Middle East, long sleeves. You know.
It's cold. It's winter. It's winter. It's cold.
Winter. Oh, you got to say winter. Okay, what's the most interesting free kick routine that has worked for you in your playing days? Was the Dutch routine one of the best you have seen? You said it was one of the best.
I said what?
Best set pieces.
By the way, we had these set pieces with Scotland for years.
Right.
Not that fancy, right?
Well, it's not that fancy, was it?
Well, fancy enough, it went in. Yeah. And honestly, we used to do these set pieces, different ones, and over a 10-year period, you know how many worked? 0.
Why don't they work?
Because when you train those things, you do it against cones.
Right.
When you play against live people that actually move.
How dare they? How dare they?
They get on the way.
People get in the way and stuff these things up.
Mario, did you ever work on set pieces like that?
No, I know. We never had like moments like that. We just like the guys who just kick it, and I wasn't part of that because my kick wasn't good enough.
I think in the '98 World Cup, maybe Argentina against England, they did a little.
Yes, they did.
A little something, a little triangulation around the wall.
That was the Beckham game, the Michael Owen goal.
Yeah, it might have been Zanetti that scored on that set piece.
I don't remember.
Oh, you forgot that one, huh?
Oh, yes,
How convenient.
Yeah. Shaka, Shaka, what do you think is the reason for so many penalties being saved at this year's World Cup? The odds are so against the goalie. It's insane.
I think the keepers have just got it right, and I keep saying every time I see goalkeepers, certainly in this tournament, they get the timing right. If you can get that first movement just right, I think it takes away the kicker going to the other side and switching things up. And I just think that those keepers have done incredibly well. And then you've got the likes of Szczesny who just produced the incredible. But that is separate.
Keepers are getting bigger. It's the global warming of goalkeepers.
Really? This is a result of global warming?
Well, it's a result of global something, but they're getting.
Because you think the fact that I was watching the AC Milan-Liverpool penalty shootout from 2005 in the Champions League final.
Hold on. You were watching that?
Somebody sent it to me, and it's only interesting. Well, it's interesting because Dudek is like almost at the 6-yard line when the penalty's taken, and no one batters an eyelid. And now people are more stringent about the goalkeeper having a foot on the line. So you imagine it was more in favour of the player.
It was, and they would eke it out. But it's amazing that actually the goalkeepers, in some sense, have figured out how to deal with that with the back foot.
Right.
And it's not affected them too much. But I do think size. I'm not going to say this.
What size, Craig?
I do think the size of a goalkeeper.
What, Craig?
It's important.
We're not allowed to say things like that. I do think this. Okay.
Good job. I
have no other words to describe it.
I have to apologize to Shaka.
Oh, why?
I have to apologize to Shaka because when Craig was saying that goalkeepers are getting bigger.
Yes.
Yep.
I thought Shaka.
Oh, I see. But Shaka's getting wider. Not.
Yeah.
Not
I'm just. My apologies, Shaq. My bad.
Well, it is off-putting for a player when you see. Because it is. And you look at the keepers, Alisson, Emi Martinez, and good grief. Although I don't think he saved one. Noppert.
No.
Noppert, no.
He's gigantic, by the way.
No. His head's almost touching the crossbar. Huge.
For Mario, was this a successful World Cup for your team? Losing in the quarterfinals against Argentina on penalties isn't something to be upset with. I think that's fair.
No, of course you have to be upset because look, you wanted to win. I know it goes to penalties. Penalties is difficult because then it's just on both hands, right? It's always been like football. I hated it, and I know why I hate it because you can't control the outcome anymore. But we could do a little bit better because we have so many times we've been knocked down by this situation, and definitely by Argentina. So yeah, I would say we could have done better. But is it fair? It's never fair. Losing is never fair. It doesn't matter when you lose. Never fair.
How excited were you in that second goal when the equaliser went in, Mario?
Oh my God! Okay, I'm not gonna say, but I was doing the live game and I was going crazy. I was like, oh my God, I'm screaming. It's like, we don't have a shot on goal the first half. Come on, guys, allow me to scream at least the second half. Because the first half there was nothing to scream for me for. So the second half, I was screaming like crazy.
Steve Nicol, I spoke to on the drive-in, took the dog for a walk at 2-0 because he thought it was over.
Oh. Does he know what happened?
I don't know.
No surprise.
Craig, what liabilities do Argentina have that you think Croatia can take advantage of?
Discipline.
Yeah.
Was one in the end. Scaloni made substitutions to calm the game down, and it had the opposite effect.
Yeah.
Bookings for substitutes. Paredes could have been sent off. I'm not going to say this because Stevie will love it, but launching the ball in the box at the end.
Yes.
But not many teams have two guys at almost what height? Weghorst is 6'6" or whatever he was.
Yeah.
And
De Jong's not far off.
Not far off. So not many teams have that. Otamendi and Martinez struggled. I don't know what's Ali.
Well, I just think Argentina have figured out who's going to play in the middle for them, and that's Enzo Fernandez. And that's something that they had to figure out by trial and error in the first couple of games. McAllister has been important to them.
Yeah.
But when you think about one of the most important players for Argentina that is not named Lionel Messi, Rodrigo de Paul is one of the names that comes up. And he comes off the field today. There were questions as to what his fitness was going to be. Comes off injured today. Di Maria only came in the second half of extra time. So the level of fitness for Argentina as a whole doesn't seem to be all that strong. Maybe that's something that Croatia can take advantage of through possession and controlling the game and the pace of the game.
Is that your burner account, by the way?
What's that?
I love Dan. Dan's biggest fan.
Just
It's definitely you.
No.
One of your kids.
Yeah. If it was one of my kids, it definitely not say I love Dan. And Denise would certainly not have that either.
So who loves you, Dan?
I don't know.
Oh.
Shaka, how's
You okay? You okay?
I'm flustered.
Whoa.
Shaka, how surprised are you that no one got a red card in the Netherlands-Argentina game?
Desperately, as I said during the show, Berghaus got booked for I didn't even think it was a foul. I'll be honest, on Lionel Messi in the 80th minute. Like I say, I didn't even think it was a foul. Somehow he picks up a booking. Less than 60 seconds later, Paredes goes flying into a challenge and then boots the ball straight into the Netherlands dugout. Both of those, in my mind, were yellow worthy. And then in extra time, he goes to the back of Frenkie de Jong. That was without question, again, yellow worthy. So how Lahoz decided not to send anybody off, Paredes top of that list, is beyond me.
Yeah, Mario kind of leads into the next question.
Never mind that. How many pies did you have during the game? How many pies did you have during the game? Come on. Steak and kidney? Shaq, what were you having?
None. I was home. I went to with the Brazil game. There were no pies in the Brazil game. There were no pies at Brazil.
Why? So what are they selling for eating?
Yeah, it's home for. I don't know.
Hey guys, I have a question.
Very strict diet. My body's a
What,
temple.
pies?
Right?
Is it a pie question? If it's not a pie question, I don't want to know.
What do you want, Mario?
No, you remember one time we saw somebody striking the ball in the crowd, and he came back and he got a red card for that. There was something happened. I was on the show, and then someone struck the ball, and then
MLS.
he went upstairs to apologize. Yes, he went to apologize, and eventually I think he got a red card for doing that. So that's why I was like also surprised when the player did it from Argentina, and nothing happened. Just the route kicked off. I was surprised in that moment too. Yeah, so I was like the same thing.
I'm really just intrigued because you can't get a beer. So what's the culinary? you know, it's
You can
not.
tell Craig's on a diet. He's got food on the brain.
It's not a game of football if you can't go and stuff your face at half time or send somebody, family member or friend, to come back.
Member or friend?
Well, somebody to game with you. Oh, a stranger. All right, send a stranger.
Excuse me, would you mind guarding me a pie, please?
So I'm just intrigued. It's worrying me. It's worrying me what you're going to get to eat during the game in the Middle East.
Hislop has given us the worst performance ever by a ref. Messi handled the ball, no yellow. Paredes should have been sent off a few times and always blew his whistle.
All of those things were frustrating, but the fact that he made it about himself.
Yeah.
From the very early part of the
Craig's
game.
obsession with pies is
Yes,
like Lahos's obsession with it. Yeah.
And it's having a conversation with this coach and having a conversation with that manager and then yellow card to the guy sitting on the bench. It's almost as if he's paying more attention to the guys off the field than the guys on the field, who are the ones that you ought to pay attention to. And it reminds me of referees that just want to take over, right? They want to be the protagonist, if you will. And you just want to go up to them and say, you know, Mateo, Señor Lateo Lajos, they're not here to see you. All these people here in the stadium, all the people watching in TV, they're here to see us, not you.
You get booked for that. You get booked for that, Ali. If you say that to him, he will book you.
Not Mateo Lajos, he would not book me.
I'm just is Messi or not?
See, that's me just morphing into Columbo.
Right,
Remember
okay.
Columbo?
Yes, yeah.
Just one more thing.
The detective, yeah.
I'm trying to find out if Shaq was actually at the game.
Oh, okay.
That's my way around about it. Instead
Right.
of just saying Shaq, you didn't go to the game, is that what pies do they have?
Right. What food was at the game? Shut him up, Shaka.
What food was at the game? I'm not taking off for an
I
answer.
don't know.
You weren't at the game. You didn't go.
I didn't go for any food.
Okay.
You didn't go for any food. I've never seen you at your
I was
desk.
at the Brazil game.
I've never
I didn't go
seen
for any
you
food.
at your desk in this building without munching food from the calf.
This is from Stevie's ex-barber, 035.
Expensive?
Not a question, but just let me officially thank Dr. Shaka for lifting his curse off Argentina when he supported them and placed it on Brazil. He gets a free haircut from me for that.
Hey.
Yeah.
I want one like the number 2. The number 2 that Stevie had, that's what I want. I want him looking just
exactly.
like Stevie.
3 on the top, 2 on the sides, I think it was. Final question, Dan, were you able to get a refund on that flight to Brazil? I thought it'd be a nice gift, early Christmas present for my wife to send her to Brazil on Sunday to watch the semi-finals and the final with her Brazilian family. Instead, they now get to watch Croatia, Argentina together.
Oh my God.
That's the oldest trick in the book, isn't it?
What's that?
That's the oldest trick. That's the oldest trick in the book.
Yes, it is.
Wait, don't you start, Shaq.
It's the oldest trick in the book. It's been played 1,000 times. I think it'd be really good. You go to Brazil. It would be an amazing atmosphere and watch.
That's
the
nice. What a
semi-finals.
nice gesture. Beautiful. I don't know. There was no.
It's a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Hello, is that the babysitter? Yes, you're needed round the house. I'm going out.
Wow.
Such a nice gesture.
Colombo.
He's just a good, loving heart.
Yes, exactly. On that very inaccurate point, we will end today's show. Thank you very much to Mario and to Shaka and to Colombo.
Love shall overcome. Love shall overcome.
ESPN FC then back on your screens tomorrow. Oh, it's England. Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.